Hello and welcome to Paper Plays Julie K.
Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by to check out my latest video. And today I'm here to share with you an Alice in Wonderland journal that I have been working on. I think it's been probably going on maybe 2-3 years that I've been working on this one. I started off working on some little ephemera pieces, and then I put it away, and then I took it out again and I worked on a couple of pages, and then I put it away. And this last couple months I took it out and decided that I was going to make it a goal to actually finish it this year. And so I did finally finish it, and I have to say it is a chunky monkey, but I love how it turned out. This one is maybe some different colors than what you guys are used to seeing me create on my channel. Usually I do shabby chic or vintage. Once in a while I throw in something different, and that's what this is. This one is done in reds and teals and some blacks and pops of a few other colors like purple, and there might be a little gold in here. But I just have to show you how it turned out, and I'm really excited about it. But as you can see, there's a ton of pages and just a ton of decorating. I do have a chunky charm on the side here that you can take off. And then also on the front side, I have this little picture frame that looks kind of like it has a keyhole with a picture in it. And so I did the little white rabbit in there, and I love how that turned out. And I had the little piece right here that said Wonderland. I also attached on the top another little piece here that I'll take off, and I'll show that to you first. I wanted to glue on all these embellishments, but I decided maybe I would just attach it instead of gluing them on. But there's a key to Wonderland. I also have a drink me bottle, and I just filled it with little beads, but I thought that was really cute. Then I also have this wonderful little watch that I got in a swap from one of my swap partners, and the battery's still working on it. So I thought that was kind of fun, like the rabbit's watch. So I have those things on this one that I just attached to this little, like I said, door frame with a keyhole on it. And I love how that turned out. And then, again, I'll hold it up close so you can kind of see. And then I'll take off the little chunky charm on the side. I have been collecting Alice in Wonderland stuff for quite a while, so I had a lot of stuff to play with for this journal. And again, there's my side. I did the little red roses, and then I added some pearls in between, and then I used a little fastener thing that I had in my stash. I think I got these a long time ago from a kit from Stampin' Up. But I think Tim Holtz carries something similar, a little brad with a little like ring on it. I forget what they're called. But anyways, getting back to the chunky charm that I created. This has all sorts of, kind of what I envisioned as being Alice in Wonderland themed stuff, or just stuff in my stash that reminded me of Alice in Wonderland. So this little set, I had some other things on it, and I took it apart a long time ago, but there was still the little red roses on here. So I left that. I added it. There's all the decks of suits of the decks of cards. So there's clubs and spades, and there's a heart on here. I have a drink me bottle, another red rose. There are chess pieces because, there's two different Alice in Wonderland. There's Alice in Wonderland and Alice Through the Looking Glass. And let's see, there's the Queen of Hearts card, a key again, some more chess pieces. There's several chess pieces on here. The Mad Hatter, we're all mad here. And let's see, there's a little heart. I just didn't have a cat. I was trying to find like a Cheshire cat chunky charm, but I didn't have anything for that. And then here I made another little pocket watch that I added a digital image of a clock face, and then I added some little beads in there, and then there's a couple little heart confetti pieces in there too that just aren't moving right now. But that's kind of fun. And this was like a Tim Holtz watch, and I think the digital on the inside is maybe from My Porch Prints. Maybe, I can't remember. But I used a ton of different digitals in here. I'm not going to list them all as I'm going. I will try and list them in my description box. But again, I've been working on this journal for so long that I might forget some of the brands that I use. But I did purchase them all off of Etsy at different times. So again, it's very chunky. And I opted not to put anything on the inside. I had created this fun little pocket, but it was a little big and it hung over. And so I opted not to do that, but I still wanted to share it with you guys. I also used a lot of scrapbooking paper too, and from a couple different companies again. And then I was also going to add, but it was just too thick. My mom made me a Cheshire cat that she knitted, a little bookmark. But it was a little chunky when I tried to put it in here, so I just have that off to the side. And again, I have lots of teals and blacks and reds in here. I do have some other fun little charms on some of these pages. If you see a page that looks similar to this, where it has the black lace and the little red eyelet trim on the sides with the hearts on it, I do have little charms hanging off of them, like Alice in Wonderland themed charms. This one says "This Way." And I have a little tag of the white rabbit in there. And I made a little pocket out of that one. You know, there's different little ephemera pieces. There's the playing cards. And I had to make sure I included the playing cards. I had, my nieces and nephews have been in theater for a long time, and my nephew Noah, at one point when he was little and they did Alice in Wonderland, he was actually one of the playing cards, and he was the one that was painting the white roses red. So I had to make sure I included some images of that in the journal, because it just reminds me of when he was in Alice in Wonderland in school. So there's Alice with the dodo bird, and here's like at the caterpillar page. And you know, just some different ephemera. Again, lots of different digital companies that I used. And I'll do my best to link out everybody at the end of the video, or at least mention them. This was a coffee filter that I decorated. You know, some fun trim on the sides of that page. Another little pocket with some different ephemera. A Wonderland bingo card, and then an admit one for Wonderland for the tea party. I had some different stamps in my collection that just kind of reminded me of Alice in Wonderland, you know, some clocks and different things. Another little library card there with the book. And this one says, "Do you suppose she's a wildflower?" is what that one says. So I had kind of a wildflower page right there. And again, the little playing cards. And I did try to back everything with some sort of lighter weight paper so that you could journal on it. A lot of them also have stamped images. Not all of them, but I did try to stamp images on the back sides. And this little thing up here, it is covered with scrapbooking paper, but it originally started off as some sort of packaging, I think even from a Levi's pair of jeans, if I remember. This was one of the first pieces of ephemera that I made for the journal a long time ago, so I can't fully remember everything. I do have this fun little paper clip that I put an envelope on. It does open, and there's a little sheet of paper in there, and same with on the back side. I do have another little like insert here made with a window envelope. There's some tags in there, and the back sides are available to journal on. And I did have quite a while ago a series of decorating window envelopes, and this was one of the ones that I showed in that one. So I've had this piece of ephemera for quite a while waiting for this journal. And then you can see the little Mad Hatter image there too. And then it says Alice in Wonderland. That actually came off of a piece of scrapbooking paper. The name of the collection was Alice in Wonderland, but I just cut it off, so you might see this in a few different spots. That was just the little piece that gets cut off on the 12 by 12 papers. I have some different vellum in here. This one was the wildflowers. It just reminded me again of that little scene in Alice in Wonderland. The Queen. It says Wonderland. I have some little papers that have red hearts on it. You know, I try to incorporate some red hearts and some different trims in here. It says Curiouser and Curiouser. And then I have like in the one scene in Alice in the Wonderland where the house grows really big when she's in it, when she's drinking and eating different things. So I did make a little tag kind of remembering that scene in Alice in Wonderland. I have another little key to Wonderland up there. Again, just paper you can journal on, and of course you can journal on the back sides. Another page, this one happens to have a tea bag charm on it. Another little ephemera piece that I made. Again, it started off with a tag from some sort of packaging that I just added paper on. I always try to include spots to journal on. And then another little drink me. Then you can see here, here's the image of Alice where she grew really big, and then the rabbit's running away from an older Alice in Wonderland book. The red rose, another piece of ephemera with Tweedledee and Tweedledum on it. Some more stamped images. Here is kind of fun. I have some little envelopes down here at the bottom, and you can open them all up. They all have paper to write on. Again, some different ephemera. This one had mushrooms on it. One of the kits that I bought had like different journaling spots. So this one says, "What do you not believe?" Just from some different quotes from Alice in Wonderland. A little die cut with a rose on it. Some more red paper. Again, another little scene for Do You Suppose She's a Wildflower? And I had this little paper clip that I got from someone in some Happy Mail, so I thought that was kind of cute. And then here's Alice in Wonderland with Humpty Dumpty, ephemera piece on that one. This one says Dream. This one's just another queen image. And this one's an enchanted tea party, and this one just flips out to some scrapbooking papers, give you extra space to write on, and the scrapbooking paper has roses on it. And then another rabbit picture. And then again, the little clock on the back, that's a little tuck spot. And then the little sentiment on this one says, "Every story has a moral, only if you can find it." Another image from the Alice in Wonderland book. I use lots of roses throughout the journal. Here's the Mad Hatter. Another saying from Alice in Wonderland: "If you knew time as well as I do, you wouldn't talk about wasting it." And then that's the last page of that signature. I put 3 signatures in here. Here's another window envelope thing that I created when I did that series way back when. So this flips up, and there's spots to write up there. There's a tuck spot right here. There's Alice sitting on her rocking chair with her cat. There's always time for tea. This flips down. When it flips down, there's the window envelope. So I do have another little Alice in Wonderland image right there. A spot on the back side to journal on. And just different words from Alice in Wonderland: rabbit hole, knave of hearts, cards. There's another rabbit image. And then Alice says, "This is impossible," and the Mad Hatter says, "Only if you believe it is." And then at the very bottom of that flip out, you can see I have another little pocket, and you can see the cat and another image of Alice. Again, both spots are you can journal on the back sides. And it's a double pocket here. I don't know if that shows up very well on camera, but just an image of a hat and some playing cards on that one. And so again, if I get all my tags in right, that does do flips. And I did attach that directly onto the page. So the next signature, again, another picture of the cat. This one has a teacup on it with a little heart in it. And you can see roses again. Roses and hearts kind of throughout the journal. There's an image of the Mad Hatter. And I think the mouse is sitting next to him. The rabbit. Another image of the Mad Hatter. And I chose this paper, I don't remember, in one of the Alice books, where she's crying and then she makes the water where they can swim. I can't remember if it was a lake or a river. But I had some paper that looked like water or tears. And then I actually had a tag, and I don't remember what I bought. It must have been like a water bottle or something, and it had this little tag that looked like a tear on it. So I just covered it with the paper just to kind of match the journal. Another little saying from the Mad Hatter. And a little tuck spot there. There's some trim again with some hearts on it. Some more of this fun little trim. I love that trim. This one was one of those pockets, or that triangle pockets where it flips up, so there's journaling space there. Another quote from Alice. I had lots of images of the rabbit, so you'll probably see lots of rabbits. There's the Cheshire Cat again, saying we're all mad here. This paper I had in my stash had some clocks in it. A die cut of a heart. More roses, another little tuck spot with some more sentiments on it. Some more roses papers. We're all mad here. There's a mushroom image. She fell asleep and got lost in Wonderland. Off with their heads. Just some more ephemera. More of the playing cards. This is, again, some more vellum paper. Just this one reminded me of water. And I have a little round tag. Again, a lot of these tags, like this one started off as some sort of clothing tag that I decorated with different scrapbooking papers and digital images. So again, some images and sentiments from Alice. And again, I tried to, all the back sides have writing space on them. Again, a very heavily decorated journal, but I love decorating, and so I've just decided just to embrace the fact that my journals are chunky. So here's some tea party tickets, and then I put them on this little thing that you can flip open, so then you have all this wonderful space for writing. And then I also had, it was made into a pocket, so there's an image of the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. And also, I didn't mention it in the other one, but in the middle of each signature, I did tie off, and I used some charms of chess pieces. Another little pocket. This one has a teapot charm on it. Alice with the playing cards. And another little tag that I made from some sort of tag, clothing tag or such. Little clock image. I had all these little rose stickers that I glued down. They were like 3D rose stickers. So you see quite a few of those in the journal because I had quite a few of them in my stash. Another die cut of roses, another little pocket that I made. Again, made from some sort of clothing tag, just it says Alice on that one. Another little journaling spot. Another piece that I cut out from a scrapbooking paper. Another image of the rabbit. And this one says, the Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts all on a summer day. The Knave of Hearts, he stole those tarts and took them quite away. Then a little bottle that I stamped, and then I wrote the word drink me in it. Queen of Hearts. Another image of Alice, and then journaling spots on the back side. And then another image of Alice with the drink me bottle. More stamped roses at the top. I have the Mad Hatter hat, some chess pieces. Again, another little flip out for a writing spot. And there's images of Alice in Wonderland on there. The dodo bird Alice, the phoenix. And another image of Alice where her neck's growing really big. A teacup with roses in it. I love that image. Another little teacup image with a butterfly that I had. And then on the back side, I did have a little like paper clip, a store-bought one that had a rose on it. And then again, one of my window envelope pieces that I made way back when I did that window envelope series. Right here is just a little tag that says 5 favorite things. There's some mushrooms on there. And when you open up this, I just have some writing spots in there. And then another little tag with Tweedledee and Tweedledum on it. And then on the back side, I have a stack of teacups and then another little tag that says drink me on it. So off to the final signature, another rabbit image. And this one has another teapot on it. And then this one again says drink me. And then I have a teapot. I have another little ticket for Wonderland on there. I made this little pocket thing from a die cut. Another little ephemera piece. And then there's also a pocket back here. So that was kind of like a triple pocket. Again, picture of the rabbit. Stamped image of a clock. Another picture of Alice. And this one is kind of a pocket that went over the side of one of the pages. And this one was just a little invoice for fine teas and sundries. Again, you can write on the back side, it says it's always time for tea. And then there's an image of the Mad Hatter tea party. And then on the back side, the pocket just has a tea cup. And I used that to stuff some ephemera in it, which I think is really cute. And then another picture of the Mad Hatter. Little key image. This one was a page, and I put little envelopes on the sides with some different paper that reminded me of the kind of my Alice in Wonderland. Like there's some hearts and some roses and just the color theme of my journal. But you can open up each one and take out the little writing paper if you wanted to write in it. Another image of Alice. And then I have a pocket on the next page with the Mad Hatter inside of it. And then this looks kind of like an envelope right here, but this insert does pull out. And so you can see kind of a little flip down. Another image of a heart. There's an image with Alice and the cat up in the tree. This was some vellum that had teacups on it. And then I had some teacup paper that I added. Just some more ephemera. This one said, sometimes I've dreamed as many as 6 possible things before breakfast. Another pocket here. So this was kind of like a double pocket. And just some more of those little writing spots. Again, another image of Alice in the Wonderland. This is the middle of the last signature. Another little rose and clock ephemera tag. There's the Dormouse in the teapot image. This one has another little cup on it. Teacup. See, there's the Mad Hatter's hat. And then Tweedledee and Tweedledum. And then also another image of a teacup with a butterfly. Another image of the Mad Hatter party. Always time for tea. Again, another image of the rabbit. And image of the dodo bird, I think is what that one is. And again, it's a pocket with a little tuck spot. There's also an image of the Mad Hatter right here. A stamped image of a chessboard. Some really pretty lace that I had in my stash coming up here. Another Alice in Wonderland quote. Looks like I got extra stuff sticking there. Then you can see when I cut out this paper, I kind of angled it like that. And then some more images from a scrapbooking paper from Alice in Wonderland. Then I stamped the word wonder up on the top of that page. That one says dream. This one was a little clock. It was a Tim Holtz clock die cut. And then I put vellum behind it so you can kind of see through it. I don't think it shows up very well on camera. But then I had this image of the clock that I cut out. And then you can journal on the back side. But that kind of fits into there in that pocket. And then an image of the rabbit. That pretty red trim. Another image of Alice. And also another image of Alice where she gets really too big for the house. Image of the cat up in the tree. He's kind of hard to see. And the caterpillar. And then another picture of the rabbit. This one's a flip up, and this one says begin at the beginning, and when you come to the end, stop. And then this does flip open, so there's a spot to journal there, and of course you can journal up here. And then the final page, I had another little window envelope project. So this one has a double tag in it. And then this one, I believe, I have a paper clip holding it. Again, one of those paper clips that has the envelopes at the top, which is kind of fun. And this one flips down, so you can see the window envelope right here. And then this does come out again. You can journal on the back side. And this is light enough that you could journal right there too if you wanted to. And then I also have another window envelope right here. And this one also pulls out. And this one I wrote, "Tell me a story." And then on the back side, I figured this one you could write in the little white squares on the back side. So you could still write on that one. And this one's light enough that you could definitely journal on that. I always think it's important to make sure you have spots in your journals to journal on if you decide you're going to journal in them. And then there is a tag also right here to journal on with the Mad Hatter on it. And then that flips up, and again I'm just going to kind of keep it together with that little paper clip. And again, I decided not to do anything on the inside, the back cover either. The back side looks very similar to the front side. I just painted my book covers. I did use a book that I gutted, and I added my own spine to it because obviously this was really chunky. And then I added a piece of corrugated cardboard. I added some gold beads to it. And I have some red burlap that kind of goes over the spine as far as the rest of the construction of the journal. And then to close it, I do just have this little sari silk that just wraps around there, and it just kind of hangs off. And again, I have all these little attachments that I can attach. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the journal. I know it's kind of a long video, but I had a lot of pages in it to share with you. I'm really excited about it, so you guys will have to let me know what you think. And until next time, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day and happy crafting.